What's up, Internet? My name's Ian. I'm back here again. Fixed my audio problems from the last one. My game was way too loud. Playing some Conker Bad Fur today, but if you already watched the last video, you should know that. Quick thing, there's actually an Easter egg above the fire right there. If you look up, you can see Banjo's mounted stuffed head. And if you go to the chapters, you can see they're dead. Kind of morbid. Put some cheats in, mainly for characters. I can't think of another one that I know right off the top of my head. But play some multiplayer, play against some bots. That's the Raptor game mode I was talking about. Let's do war. Capture the flag match. Set up. Let's put it at 5 minutes. That'll give us enough time to play a couple. I'm gonna put it on crap because I've been horrible at this game. Let's lower the score down to 5. Alright. Colors. Alright. Let's even it out. And let's play. Alright. Well, today I actually have a bit of a topic to talk about that I wanna I've been thinking about it the past couple of days. And that topic is whether or not a story-driven multiplayer game can exist, can work, be successful. And what I mean by that, as a co-op experience game, a game that is all about co-op, that has to be story-driven. A game like Left 4 Dead or Left 4 Dead 2. That game is all about co-op. You can't get very far if you're playing without somebody, but it's not story-driven. Sure, there are some fan explanations of how they got between the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different levels that there are. A bit of a graphical bug there. But there's no absolute story to define it, a cohesive story to tie them all together. A great example of a game that does do that is Army of Two. Army of Two does that exceptionally well. It is a co-op game, up and down, left and right. It is a co-op game. You cannot play that game without it being a co-op game. Now there is a single-player mode where it doesn't have to be a split screen. You don't have to play online, but you have a co-op partner. And that game is all about the story. Well, it's all about the action. And it's not too story-driven, but it does work for what it is. It's not trying to take itself too seriously. It's supposed to be a fun story co-op game. Another game that I can kind of think that has co-op, and it is a little bit story-driven, would be the Borderlands game. I haven't played Borderlands 2, so I've only played Borderlands 1 for about an hour. 2, maybe 2 tops, because I didn't have anybody to play it with, and it wasn't as fun on single player. It's only co-op. It's only really fun if you play with friends online. But it's not all about the co-op action. Yeah, sure, you can revive your teammates, but it isn't a co-op game. It's a single player game with co-op elements that is a little bit funner if you have co-op games. People to play it with. What I would love to see would be a game like Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed is probably one of my favorite series of this generation of consoles. I've loved it ever since it very first came out, ever since I first got my first Xbox 360. Played and beat them all. Got 100% on all of them, almost. Still missing some of the Den achievements on Revelations. But a game like that would be really cool to play with co-op on it. But then again, it's another one of those games that it wouldn't need. Another really good example of a co-op story-driven game would be the 2-player in Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell is really fun to play. I don't know where to put this. I really think I just took this on an extra. Let's just put it down here. You need the other player to play that. You cannot play it without that player. And it has a story, a damn good one, actually. Some of them are pretty damn good. and they usually tie in. Get a drink, sorry about that. They usually tie in with the single-player campaign, with the story of that, and it's a good game. I like it a lot. Playing with your friends and playing with my brother. My brother and I play that all the time whenever we get a chance. Dead Rising. I have Dead Rising 2 and Dead Rising 2 off the record. And those games are pretty fun. And they do have the drop in, drop out, but once again, it's not acknowledged in the story that there are 2 players. It's not really acknowledged in the Borderlands 2 story or Borderlands 2 story that there are 4 people. They show them in cutscenes, but it's not necessary to play with 2 people. The reason I actually thought of this was I was playing the first Alan Wake the other day. And Alan Wake, if you've played it and you know the game, it is a very... Oh god, I'm gonna die. How about I push the damn right buttons again? It is a very story-driven game. It is very dependent on theming and where it takes place and timing and settings and characters. It is a very, very story-driven game. And it works wonderfully. The gameplay mechanics with the lights and you having to take down the darkness, shielding the Taken, that is probably one of the coolest concepts I've ever seen in a video game that's come out in recent years. I wonder if I can make this before the timer's up. I doubt it. Normally what I like to do on here is I like to play sniper, and I'll just sit up in one of those crow's nests and just snipe the Tediz. It's a very story-driven game, and the only way that I can ever see a 2, 1, barely got it. MVP. 2 MLG for you. The only way I can ever see Alan Wake working as a multiplayer game is if there was a Horde mode, and a Horde mode would be fantastic on Alan Wake. Thank God we got somewhat of a Horde mode on American Nightmare, on the DLC map. DLC Xbox Live Arcade game. But that's the only way that I can ever see a game that is so story-driven work with multiplayer. Let's actually boost the score up on this, because as a Raptor, it's really easy to get kills. I should put it on normal. I'm going to be a Raptor. Let's put 4, yeah, alright, that works. That works. Like your Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear and Metal Gear Solid is hands down by far my favorite video game series ever. The story on it is really, really, really complicated. But if you can invest your time into it and play it and understand the story, by far one of the best stories. Dinosaur asshole. Look at that dinosaur asshole right there. I never noticed that as a kid. There's probably a reason behind that. Metal Gear Solid is a very story-driven game. It is all about your story and all about your characters. Alright, now I got them in my mouth. I can decide what I want to do with them. I'm going to take them over here and nom them down. See how easy it is to get kills with the Raptor? And I'm dead. Alright, that's it. That sucked. I got ganged up on. But it still works. It's okay. We're still winning. If I can get there, I'll show you the egg, or the frying pan for the caveman. Metal Gear Solid, it does have some online co-op, like in Peace Walker, and I think you can do it in Portable Ops too. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember it. But there are some co-op missions where there's like 4 during boss fights and 2 of you doing normal gameplays. During normal gameplay, I mean, where like you're actually just sneaking around, you know, being Snake. The co-op doesn't really work in there, and I really appreciate what they did, but it doesn't work for that game. I would love a more serious, more story-driven Army of Two, which is what they think they're doing. And look at that, you die, flail around. Oh, I died. I thought I can get out. Well, I got out and I died on the edge. That's always fun. But I would love to see a game that was based all around the co-op experience. You had to have your partner there. You had to have somebody help you climb up on that ledge to aim or to help you do whatever. A really interesting game mode for a game that just came out recently on Sniper Elite V2. There's a game mode called Overwatch, and what you do is you're a sniper up in a crow's nest who can't do anything but snipe, or you're the infantry. And what he does is he just runs around and he has to plant bombs and do objectives, and he can mark targets for the sniper. It's not a needed. You don't absolutely need. It helps a lot as the infantry to have your sniper, but it's not necessary. You could probably do it yourself, is what I'm trying to say, if you took your time. But and then another game that's kind of like that would be Resident Evil. The Resident Evil series really got co-op down. Granted, if they tweaked some mechanics, it could be played as a one-player experience. I did not mean to continue that. I meant to quit. It could be played as a one-player experience, but it really is a great co-op experience. Now, I know some people are kind of shit on Resident Evil 4 and 5 and 6 now that it's came out, which is a great game, by the way. But I'm gonna play some Beach. I'll show you guys that too. That's pretty interesting gameplay. It really can be played as a single player experience. It's not that hard to change some elements of it, slap a mod on there, and you're playing Resident Evil by yourself. It's really not that big of a deal. But the co-op mechanics that they did get down, they got down pretty damn good. If they could take a game like Left 4 Dead and add a lot more story to it, it would probably be one of my favorite games ever made in the history of games. Well, that's pretty much all I had to talk to you about, which is, granted, since it's my first one, I'm kind of scatterbrained all over the place, and I probably have no idea what I'm talking about. Let's talk about the gameplay. As you can see right now, I am a squirrel, and I'm trying to run down the beach and get into a safety vehicle that's going to take me away and get me away from all the evil Tediz. And the Tediz are supposed to, oh god, kill us, and we're supposed to just run to the fucking building. I'm really scatterbrained tonight. I apologize about that. I'm just talking about everything, nothing all at the same time. There's a button up there. I don't know if you saw it, but if I hit this button, it will blow up the Tediz, but it also takes a lot of time to get there, and it's really dangerous to do so. Oh, I'm totally going to die. Let's see if I can make this one. Nope, he shot me right in the dick. Alright, well, I think I'm about out of time here. I don't know how much I've actually recorded, how long I'm into it. Okay, sorry about that, I'm back. Whoa, I just got rocked as soon as I stepped out of there. I've got about 4 minutes left I can record or so. I guess I'll do that. Keep you guys entertained with my ramblings and whatever. I actually like to have something playing in the background whenever I play games. It's really hard to not do that while I'm recording these. I feel like I'm talking to myself, which I guess technically I am. You guys just aren't physically in the room with me. I see. You gotta jump in, fake them out. We'll never hit you then. Unless you fall and take fall damage like that. I don't know what happened there. Oh, they hit the bomb. One of my teammates hit the bomb and killed the Tediz. And that didn't stop him at all because they murdered me midair. See that 360 no scope jump shot kill cam? 420 blazed at scopes for days. That's my gamer tag. I'm gonna change that right now. I'm gonna go ahead and pretend you guys are asking me some questions that you don't want answered, even though you're gonna hear the answers anyway. I mostly started doing these videos for myself, really, and to entertain myself and my friends, and just give me shit to do. I'm a really lonely dude, and all I do is play video games. So I decided, why not capture what I'm going to play? I don't have a DVR. No, not where I want to go. Not where... too bad. I don't have a capture card, otherwise I'd be capturing everything I played and just commentate over everything. But I am poor. Don't have a capture card, so I'm just going to have to emulate everything for now. Which is fine, I guess. For now, I'll make do what I have. First world problems. I can't capture my video games. Kickstarter. I'm gonna stick with this guy, see where he takes me. If I can get out of the fucking hill. I don't know if you could see that, but I was definitely going up, but then I guess the hill was too steep, so it made me go down a little bit. Go over here and get some pills. Jack myself up on vitamins, cough cough. Jumpy, jumpy, jumpy. Now right here, this is their blind spot. They cannot hit me right here, which is pretty nice. Got another point. If you've never played Conker Bad Fur Day, you should probably check it out. It's really, if you're into retro, quote unquote, I wouldn't consider this really retro gaming. Conkers is a really fun one for the 64, especially if you have friends over. You can sit around and kill each other with chainsaws and piss. That's right. There you can, in certain areas and certain levels, you can pee on people, and the pee will hurt them. It acts almost like the flamethrower, where there's an area effect, and the enemies are covered in it, and they can't do anything, and they're just kind of flailing around. Hurts them a lot. It's pretty weird. Now, this is a game developed by Rare, the same guys who made Banjo-Kazooie. They actually were going to turn this into another childish E-rated game, but they're like, balls to that, let's make an M-rated game because fart jokes are funny. As you can see, we lost, and there's your Godwin's rule, whatever the hell it is. I think it's Godwin's, I'm not sure. Everything eventually ends up to Nazis. Alright, well, thanks for watching the video. I'm just going to leave this here. This is a life lesson, guys. If you don't run away from the teddy bears, you're going to end up behind barbed wires. Thanks for watching the video. Like the video if you liked it. Favorite the video if you really liked it. Head on over to facebook.com/arcanespam for more shenanigans and videos. I try to record these on a weekly basis. Well, I'm going to try to now. Thanks for stopping by.